Hello and welcome to Knoxville, where Tennessee just suffered its first home loss of the season, got out to a 10-0 start inside of the Food City Center, but lost to South Carolina. Your final score 63-59 in favor of the Gamecocks. I'm Ryan Sylvia. This is Noah Taylor. We're with VolReport on Rivals.com. And to talk about this game, I think you have to start with the inefficient shooting on the side of Tennessee. Rick Barnes says they go into games with kind of a baseline number that their defense wants to hold teams under, and they feel good about winning, that number being 69. Well, South Carolina scores 63 points. However, Tennessee still takes a loss. Looking at the shooting splits from the field, 36.2% for Tennessee. On three-pointers, 23.8%. And from the free throw line, a poor 60%, 12 for 20 shooting. And a lot of these misses are coming point blank right under the basket. And that was apparent very early. Zakai Ziegler with a nice feed to Jonas Adu. He misses point blank, and that was kind of just the theme of the night. What were your thoughts on the offense and kind of what went wrong here in TBA?
Yeah, I mean, we talked to Santiago Vescovi back there after the game, and I think he kind of summed it up well. You hit those simple shots, you hit those free throws, and you're probably talking about a different result. You just mentioned there they want to get below 69%. You got that, but just the missed shots are the story of the game for Tennessee. And like you said, the tone was kind of set early with that. And and Rick Barnes, talked about this as well. You got guys at the free throw line that you wanted the free throw line. It just never, came through for them. And then a night for Dalton Connect again, 31 points. This game kind of seems out of reach, especially when Cooper hits a corner three there. With like 36 seconds left. That kind of seemed like the dagger. Next thing you know, Dalton Connect comes down and he scores on like 3 straight possessions, and you feel like, there's some energy in the arena. It feels like Tennessee has a chance, but the supporting cast just was not there tonight. Josiah-Jordan James continues to struggle. Kind of in his slump. I think he gets 2 points tonight. Jordan Gady, who's been very productive for you off the bench, he gets 0 tonight as well. So, yeah, just overall, you talk about the shooting, the free throws, it just didn't click tonight for Tennessee.
I want to talk a little bit about that supporting cast, go through the numbers. Rick Barnes talked about how this is kind of on everyone. You can't pick and choose who you want to maybe blame in this loss. But 8 bench points from Tennessee tonight. You're not going to win a lot of games that way. The Dalton Connect show continued. He's over 30 points again. A lot of those coming down the stretch, kind of just absolutely taking over the game. Kind of felt like the only one that didn't want to lose at times. But if you look at some of those supporting cast members, Jonas Adu, a guy who's been really good and really consistent for Tennessee, he finishes with 6 points. Zakai Ziegler just 2 points. Josiah-Jordan James 2 points. Jordan Gainey 0 points. Jemai Mashek 0 points. It feels like those are guys that you maybe need a little bit more production from if you want to win these games. It's not the end of the world to lose a game to a good South Carolina team, a team that'll be ranked in next week's AP poll. They're at 26 right now, the top team receiving votes. Not the end of the world, but still a tough loss. Do you have any other thoughts on the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's also, you saw a little bit of it against Vanderbilt last week, where Vanderbilt kind of came out and wanted to force Tennessee to play at their pace, a slower pace, low possession game like the guys talked about. And it worked for a half. Tennessee was able to overcome that, obviously, in the second half and then down the stretch. But South Carolina was successful in that tonight, got Tennessee to slow down a little bit, play at their pace. And despite that kind of comeback effort there late, it just Tennessee, that pace, I think, dug Tennessee in too deep of a hole. And then you look at the foul trouble as well, which kept a couple guys out for a couple of critical stretches in the second half. That really slowed the pace down too. I mean, there was a while there, kind of early in the second half where you look up and it feels like the game's been going on for 10 minutes and really 2 or 3 game minutes have passed and I think that also kind of helped slow Tennessee down a little bit too and worked in South Carolina's favor.
Yeah, on that note, South Carolina leads in this game for over 30 minutes of game time. On the other hand, Tennessee for just over 5 minutes, and it's tough to win those types of games. We saw them do it on the road against Vanderbilt, but that's the worst in the SEC.
Yeah.
South Carolina is in that middle section towards the top of the SEC this season, so you're not going to get away with that, and that's what we saw tonight. But up next, a big challenge. Have to get out to a good start, have to shoot efficiently, and against their offense, you really have to defend well. A trip to Rupp Arena to play Kentucky coming up on Saturday. We'll be in attendance, so make sure you head to VolReport.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel to get our content leading up to that game and on game day. But Tennessee now looking to avoid back-to-back losses in a game that could have serious implications in SEC tournament seedings. They've had a couple of those already with an Ole Miss, with an Alabama, and they've come out on top. But now they have to do it on the road. And they haven't necessarily played too well on the road either in SEC play. Mississippi State loss. You go to Athens, looks like a loss for a lot of the game until Dalton Connect takes over. And Vanderbilt, you're trying to come back from a deficit at halftime. So it'll be interesting to see what Tennessee does against Kentucky on the road. But like I said, head over to VolReport.com for all of our content on today's game and leading up to the Kentucky game. We have content on the Lady Vols as well as they continue through SEC play. Baseball season right around the corner, so head over there. We have preseason stuff kind of going up, our thoughts on the projected batting order, pitching rotations, things like that. So to be up to date on what this Tennessee baseball team looks like, head over to VolReport.com. And then football never stops, including some news coming from the NCAA. So we have the rundown on everything you need to know involving that situation as well. Thank you for watching.